I've been thinking about something lately. I've taken a lot of motorcycle trips over the years. Some were close to home. Some took me all the way across the continent. Some lasted a day. Some lasted weeks. But no matter where I go or how long I'm gone, I always notice something. Before one trip is even over, I'm already thinking about the next one. For the longest time, I thought I knew why. Now, I'm not so sure.
What's up? I'm Jim. This is J Street Moto. In 2020, I made the decision that I wanted to ride from North Carolina to California and back in one trip. About 6,700 miles, covering like 22 different states. My best friend David came with me on that trip. I had never done anything like that before. Longest thing I had ever done on a motorcycle was about 700 miles over the course of a weekend. And I was getting ready to do a trip that I was going to spend 550 miles a day on average on the bike every day, crossing this amazing country. If you've ever taken a trip, you know it's hard to put into words the things you get to see, the things you get to experience, the people you get to meet. All those things factor into what makes for an amazing set of memories. And ever since that first trip in 2020, with the exception of 2024, I've taken at least one trip, one major trip every year. But through all these trips and all these years, there was something that kind of always plagued me. It was what about them caused me to already be planning the next one, sometimes while I was still on the current trip. I couldn't put my finger on it. Now, if you've been around the channel for any length of time, you know that I chronicle these trips. Or when I'm covering a trip that I'm on, I'm showing you, here's the route that I'm going to take. I talk about the roads that I ride and whether I'd recommend them or not. I talk about the places that I eat and the places that I stay. I give you enough. I talk about the trip the way that I talk about it if I was sitting around a biker hangout with a bunch of other motorcyclists and we were talking about riding. I talk about it the same way there. With complete strangers or folks that I'm acquainted with and friends with that don't ride, when they come over and they know that I've just gotten back from a trip, they ask questions about the trip. How was it? Those kinds of, we all get it. If you've ever traveled on the bike and people in your life know you did it, you're going to get questions like that. And I've always answered that question the same way. I've answered it with, oh, well, you know, this was a really cool road. I had an awesome piece of pie at this restaurant. I had one of the best steaks of my life in this casino. All those things, those are the things that we communicate to other people. And the reality is, those aren't the things that keep me wanting to go back out and take the next one. As I was trying to figure out the answer to that question, what makes me want to, because it's not, oh, I'm going to go see this beautiful overlook. That's not the thing. That's the thing I'm doing. That's not the thing that is driving me to want to do it. I hope this makes sense. If it does, drop it down in the comments and let me know that you're on the same wavelength I am. But as I think about what makes me, what's the thing that makes me want to keep going out and doing it again and again and again? A thought occurred to me, and it honestly hit me like a ton of bricks. With the exception of the 12-day trip I took out to Monument Valley and the trip that I took out to Oklahoma City to surprise Bogey Biker and Mild Hogs and all those guys, every trip I've ever been on, at a minimum, my best friend David's been with me. And around 2021, Juan joined into that group too. So my two best friends go with me on these trips. And it occurred to me, if I was to be standing around, a fly on the wall, if you will, at a dinner party or whatever, and overheard a conversation where someone asked David, what was the thing you remember about the trip you just got back from? Or someone asking Juan that same question, wanting them to talk about the trip. I realized something. None of us are going to answer that question the same way. Hang on a second. If we're talking about the physical aspects of it, the roads that we rode, we're probably all going to mention the same roads. We're probably all going to mention the same restaurants. Probably going to all mention the same places that we stayed and the cool things that we saw. But what I mean is, when we're talking about the things we really remember about the trip, none of us are going to have the same recollection, because each of us experienced the trip in a unique way. Meaning that even though I was with 1 or 2 or 3, hell, 12 other people, that trip still had unique aspects that only I am familiar with. The person that came up to me and talked to me at the gas station that didn't talk to anybody else. Something that I witnessed that no one else saw. How I felt dealing with adversity during the trip. I got through a section of road that was really shitty. When I went to California the first time, David and I had to do about 80 miles on a very deep gravel, so not real packed, deep gravel farm road in Illinois. I'm sure that what my brain was thinking and how I felt after finishing that 80 miles and seeing asphalt for the first time, again, I'm sure that I felt very different than David did. I'm sure during weather situations where stuff gets really squirrely, that the three of us, we might all agree, holy shit, that was rough. But the three of us aren't all going to feel the same thing from conquering that adversity. It's going to be a unique feeling to all of us. And I believe that it's that unique feeling. It's those little unique experiences. I believe that, and how I feel from those, and the memories I carry because of them, that is what makes me plan the next trip before the one that I'm on is even over. Because it was, every single one of those were my trips. Doesn't matter how many people I have with me, they were my trips, my miles, my memories, my thoughts. I've given this a lot of thought. I've been thinking about it for several years, trying to figure out what the hell, because my wife asked me quite a bit. She's like, what is it about riding the motorcycle and taking a trip that is so enticing to you, that you enjoy so much? And it's hard to explain to someone that doesn't do it what it is. But it made me think, because all those, it isn't the roads. It's not the accomplishment of doing the ride. I know it's very cliche to say it's the journey, not the destination. I think if you define journey as the experience, what you experienced doing a certain thing, I think it makes that statement take on a whole new meaning. And it for sure explains what I've identified, at least, as the catalyst for every trip that I've taken so far and every trip that I will take in the future. Let me know what you think. If you travel on these machines that we all love, why do you do it? What is it that you're seeking? If you haven't traveled on one of these yet, hopefully this makes you want to get out there and do a trip, so that you can experience what we all experience, just in your own way. because the trip will be uniquely your own. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I had that revelation and thought I would share it. See if I'm alone in what I'm thinking or if others in the community agree with me. I'm looking forward to my next trip. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every single one of you that come by my channel, watch a video or two. If you're subscribed, I'm grateful for you as well. I hope you're saying yes more. I hope you're getting your bike out of the garage and putting some miles on it. No matter what you do, always ride safe.